It's the Flow Friday Night Sports Show, and it's time to have a look at what's going on in Mallee Netball. And joining me on the line, the Lameroo great Nicole McMahon joins us. How are you, Nicole?
I'm feeling pretty good after that introduction. Thanks, Jason. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. You must be feeling pretty well because your girls had another solid win on the weekend. Karoona Districts came down to Lameroo, and you beat them in a fairly tight game, it's got to be said, 33-24, low scoring.
Yeah, very low scoring. Only 33 goals by Lameroo, which is only half our score from the week before. Very defensively strong match from both Lameroo and Karoona. Lameroo had to continue with a very high work rate throughout the match and had the lead throughout, but just couldn't run away with it. Karoona were just nipping at our heels the whole time. Karoona's Kiara Paik was awarded the Anzac Day medal. She worked really hard throughout their centre for the full four quarters. I thought Lameroo's Pete Murdoch and Amy Dyer also made it very hard work for Karoona's attack line and helping Lameroo come away with Saturday's win.
Yeah, it's a good win for the Lameroo crew. A good win as well for Peak and District. Some really good games in the A-grade competition last week. Peak hosted Murrayville and in a high-scoring game beat them 52-42.
Yeah, so all games within 10 goals on the weekend, so some pretty close games. Murrayville, excited to see Stacey Merza-Bruns has put back on the netball dress, a very familiar face in the goal circle. That would have been a great matchup up against Maddie Farley from Peak. No doubt a great battle in there. It was an even start for the day. Peak just slowly pulling away to eventually get their first win for the year. Peak's new recruit, Kiara Rundle, who's the partner of the A-grade footy coach. Great pick-up for them. Murrayville's Chelsea Bridge was awarded the Anzac Day medal. So well done to Chelsea and well done to Peak.
Hear, hear. And the match of the round in the end was at Pinaroo. Now, this was a tight one. It was always going to be. Pinaroo taking on BDT, and the home side getting the win here, 40-37 in a thriller. Yeah,
you picked it would be the match of the round, and it certainly was the blockbuster we expected. BDT were up the whole game, and Pinaroo came through like they love to do at the end to take the win. Very for Saturday's match, Pinaroo versus BDT. Pinaroo welcoming back Elise Schultz and Taylor Dabnett. So some great pickups for them, both previous premiership players. Taylor Dabnett just adding a huge amount of strength in Pinaroo's goal circle. Unfortunately, Pinaroo's Maddie Maitland has moved her family back to Keep, so they've bid for her farewell, but all the best to Maddie. Pinaroo's young Emmy Teal applying great pressure in Pinaroo's defence up against BDT's Emily Richo, who had a game, and I've been told she was on fire and very truly deserving of winning the NRL for just being consistent all game. So well done to Emily, but again, the losing side for the day medal. So well done to Emily, but well done to Pinaroo for winning the match.
Indeed, and that leads us to what will be an extremely interesting round of matches ahead in round 3. I don't think there's much between any of these clubs at A-grade level at the moment, and this one's going to be a beauty. You're heading down to Canalpin. That's you, as in Lameroo. BDT await. This should be a very tight game.
Yes, I hope so. I'm currently chugging down the water. It's going to be extremely hot game, 26 or 7 degrees forecast. There is a little cloud in the forecast. I'm hoping for maybe a little bit of cover, but going to be a warm one. So last time Lameroo and BDT met was back in the first semi in 2019. So I'm hoping for a similar result where Lameroo came through with the win, but no, guaranteed to be a great match. BDT presenting quite a new lineup, so I know our girls are really excited to see what they present on the day. Some great matchups. Alana Bowley up against Bella Kaneki, both previously from York Peninsula. Alana has been with Lameroo for a few years, and Bella her first year at BDT this year. So really excited to see those two match up in the court. And of course, BDT's Emily Richardson up against Cassie Walter from Lameroo. Two greats of the game. Sure to be a great tussle. I think it will come down to the crunch line for this game. It might just be survival of the fittest with that heat. Really excited to see what this new lineup of BDTs can do, but I will back Lameroo and say we'll come through with the win by 4 goals.
Fair enough. We move to Murrayville. If you can't back your own team, then what are we talking about at the end of the day? I'm curious to know who you're going to tip in this one, though. Murrayville and Karoonda. Now, Karoonda Districts will head down the highway to Murrayville, and I reckon there won't be any more than half a dozen goals in this. Yeah,
I think you could be right. I think it is guaranteed to be a physical match between these two sides, especially in Murrayville's goal ring with Stacey Mirza-Bronze. I'm hoping she's coming back for another week, and she's paired up with Murrayville's new recruit, Brooke Durden, who's been a very, very valuable pick for them. And coming up against Shaylin Pake and Francis Buchanan, that will be a very fun one to umpire, I think, but some great players within that goal circle. I think it'll be a low-scoring match given the strong defence from both sides, and I'll pick... I think I'll pick Karoonda. I think they're pretty thirsty for a win, but yeah, within that 5-goal margin.
And the last match of the round will be at Pinaroo, where Pika Districts will hit the highway and head out there. Tough ask to go to Pinaroo at the best of times, but I mean, Peak coming off a win last week, they'd be pleased. They're scoring enough goals up front. They've got some recruits, but are they good enough to match it with Pinaroo? I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, so last time, as with the Lameroo Borders game, last time these two met with a semi-final as well, and Pinaroo come through with the win. Peak, you're right, they have just had their first win, but I think Pinaroo have got great momentum coming off 2 good games, and of course with those pickups of Taylor Dubnett and Elise Schulz, coupled with Tash Venning, their coach in the centre court, looking quite a strong attack lineup, and they do always play well at home. I think they'll continue their strong work, come away with the win, but I think Pete will make it hard work. They've got Bianca Carl, who I think will be back to full fitness this week, a very tall, very accurate goal shooter, so she'll make it hard work for them. So I think all 3 matches will be within that 5-goal margin.
Nicole, you get back to that water, get hydrated and get ready for a warm one tomorrow.
Thanks, Jason. Cheers.